that fighting, so-called fighting game. Fighting is magic, fan made by that group. Well, I will agree. I don't agree with the brony fandom, period. I will never agree with those people on anything. I will agree on this side that it sucks that you have a great idea, well, to you it's a great idea, and the problem will be how to use it with copyright characters. After all, there has been things like Mugen, and still are, where you pretty much nab any other character from any fighting game, or even non-fighting game, or even fan-made drawn characters from said copyright games, in cartoons and whatever. And so far, neither the likes of Capcom or Square, even Square, haven't bothered to put a stop into it. We see YouTube videos of people making outstanding gameplay with said copyright characters, including a adult version of said characters. And again, not a single peep from said companies. So why would Hasbro put an axe to another fan-made game, even if it was a game where you violently would clash little girl characters intended for little girls into a bloody fight? Sure, there has been episodes on the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic where the main characters face off against characters that transform into themselves in order to save their kingdom, into hand-in-hand combat, or whatever you want to call it. There has been only other instances where they have to defend themselves, and lately that stupidly outrageous Dragon Ball Z match between, quote, Princess Twilight Sparkle, end quote, and Lord Tyrek, straight from Generation 1, which I will not even mention. Well, I can guess that there's many factors as to why that thing has been cancelled, and to be honest, I'm happy that it has been and that Hasbro has done the right thing about it. For one, I never liked the idea of clashing those characters against each other for no damn reason. I mean, there are franchises where it would make sense to have a fighting game of hero versus hero for no reason, such as the X-Men vs Street Fighter series, the Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighter series, where you can put even a turtle against a turtle. But not this cartoon. I mean, it's bad enough we got fan art depicting mature adult stuff, and not only pornographic either. I'm talking about many other things that I don't even want to mention that these bronies draw. So why should anyone indulge them into having a fighting game when you have Applejack beat the snot out of Fluttershy, who could barely even care to raise an arm against anyone for any reason other than defend her own friends, as she has done many times in said episodes. I mean, even in that model from that group that made, she's not even herself fighting. It's her rabbit that's doing all those things. And while that seems to be cute and all that, still, that game seemed just a bit too violent, in my opinion, compared to anything else that include characters that will not fit the violent behavior, such as in Smash Brothers, where everything goes out, because it's more like a fantasy match than anything that Capcom has made, like Street Fighter, SNK, King of Fighters, where it's even blood spluttering about. I have seen footage of the Rainbow Dash demo of many of these people kept posting everywhere and never ever releasing any kind of version for the hungry bronies. Of Rainbow Dash gleefully beating the shit out of everyone. And this everyone, I mean her friends, whom she's supposed to be very loyal to them. How can I see someone like a character like that be happy to pummel another character that's supposed to be close to her? Just for the hell of it. That's when I said I realized this has to stop, but I'm not going to bother doing anything of the sort, because any negative comment towards anything that's brony made gets completely lost in a sea of blatant rudeness by said fandom. Well, Hasbro put their own foot down on this. Hasbro saw where this is what's going, in my opinion. And to be honest, for a group that didn't seem to have that many resources to make this thing, you know, worldwide, to release it just yet, worldwide, it did seem to have enough resources to keep working on it like a big budget video game company. Just where exactly did they get all the money from? I mean, this is not any other Flash animated base game that one can construct using any materials that they have at home, computer-wise. The models used here are do closely resemble the ones used on the episodes themselves. Facial expressions, actions. I do believe they have some. I know they have voices straight from the show, but I do believe I have heard one or two that don't exactly come from any episode I ever heard of, and yet they curiously sound exactly like the voice actors. So really, there has to be more than just meets the eye, and than just copyright infringement, than just Hasbro saying that these people were getting away with anything at all. Because now I heard that Lauren Foss was willing to help this group out of the blue for some reason into making another game of their choosing that didn't have to include the cast from this cartoon. Whatever the reason is, or was, or it will be, that this will never be made, and I hope it never does. If I have wanted to have some kind of street fighting game with these characters on it, it could at least be made the way Nintendo has been made with Smash Brothers. Not exactly the same formula, but the same level of silliness that everyone can enjoy, not just the hardcore bronies that want blood on these characters. After all, we're still waiting for a licensed game based on the current series, which I'm not sure if they're already ending, but the series have been long enough to have not even a single marketed a game straight from a licensed video game company, not just Flash games that you can find online on the Hasbro website. The last game I ever known that was licensed based on My Little Pony was on the Game Boy Advance, which I already played and showed on my channel. So I'm also hopeful that one day Hasbro will give it the go-ahead and make a game using these characters in the right way and with the right attitude that everyone can enjoy. And I mean everyone, not just that group and anyone else that has a liking of the show. Whether it's a side scroller or a quizzical game where you had to do some kind of fighting of any sort, I would welcome it if it is done the right way, licensed, and doesn't have any crap fan made from the bronies themselves. So try again, kid.